Here's a very quick video, I think. We'll see how we go with this. Once again, I bought this in an antique shop, and if you want to buy radios, don't go to antique shops. This one cost me $19. It's not too bad, actually. It had the box, so that was interesting. Now, I've got absolutely no information on this. I don't know anything about it. I'll go and look it up. I should have done that before I started, I suppose. Looks, I'm not sure what that design was, 70s probably. It's got the lanyard on it as well, that's good. The antenna's in one piece. Case looks pretty good actually. It's AM FM, there's a band switch there. I can see some damage on that indicator, which looks like corrosion. I suspect it's got the batteries in it. Now to open it, it looks like you just stab at this hole until it comes apart. I'll have a look inside. Alright, let's have a look inside. I suspect it's going to be full of acid. I'm not doing much better at opening this than they do, by the look at it. Oh dear. I guess. And there they are. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. The acid's all confined to the battery compartment, so it might be good. I was thinking this was going to be just covered in corrosion and battery acid, but okay, that might be alright. Let's take that out. I should be able to get a new battery carrier, no problem. That little battery compartment's held in with blue, what do you call it? Blue tack. Looks like the battery holder's been replaced anyway. It's got a little price on it, or $1 or something. There's 4 batteries in there, so I guess it's 6 volts. We might see if it all works. I've connected my little DC power supply to the radio. I've got the switch turned on. So I'll just turn my power supply on and run it up to 6 volts or somewhere near it. Not hearing anything. It's got some noise. Oh no, there it is.
I do believe that if they can just come together and set the direction with us.
I'll just put it to FM for a second. Well, that all works. That needs a bit of cleaning up, but not bad at all. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. I expected the worst, so I'll take the board out and just clean it up. I'm going to have to repaint the dial. It's the paint's bubbling off or something's wrong with it. Yeah, all in all, not a bad little radio. It's got AM FM, that's always handy. I reckon that'll clean up alright. So I'll get started on pulling it apart and clean it up. I'll have to try and buy a new battery holder. I don't have any of that size, so that'll be a trip down the shop. Now I picked up a new battery holder from the electronic shop, so we're ready for that. I'm just going to take out the board and the speaker and see if I can repair the pointer on the dial. Just clean the case up, just give it a bath. Looks like the dial and the pointer are inside here. I don't know how that comes out. Anyway, speaker out. Yeah, the speaker looks alright, good. Yeah, the board looks fine. There's no damage to it from the leaky battery, so very good. Okay, I don't know how this comes out. There might be a screw under here. Ah, there he is. That's quite neat. Oh, look at that. Just self-contained. Yeah, so the paint's coming off that. Looks like a Dayglow. Alright, I'll just repaint the little pointer there. I can can probably get it off here and paint it out in the workshop. Alright, well that cleaned up pretty well. The plastic glass here, if you can call it that, it's got some marks on it, so just try and clean it off. I've got some Brasso, I'm just using a tissue. Doesn't seem to be scratched, but it's just got some marks on it, so I'll just see if they'll polish out. Well, I've got a few of the scratches out, so I'll just go and wash that off again, and hopefully it'll come out clean. I'll use a bit of Perspex cleaner to just finish that off. Alright, that's come up pretty good. Just got to put the tuning dial back in. I repainted the pointer. So it just goes in there. I got my new battery connector here. I've got to put that in. Let's try and run it through that original bit of string they had, just for authenticity. There we go. I've cleaned up the speaker a bit, just took some dust off and just pop that back in there. Alright, that's good and solid. So, stick the board back in. And the antenna's got to go in. I gave that a bit of a light polish with some cloth. That came up pretty good. There it is, all done. Just put some batteries in and that's pretty much it. This had a little cardboard shelf for the battery to sit on, so I've just made a new one there. So I'm just going to put them in with some hot glue. Alright, and I'll just make sure that actually fits in there. I probably should have checked that first. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, good. Let's load her up with some batteries. It's set to FM. We'll just see if it works. I think it should. There we go. It's not going to work in here very well, so I'll have to take it outside and see if it works properly. Yeah, not getting much in here. Let's flick it over to AM. I'm just going to break into the video that I'm doing at the moment. I finished the movie and had the transistor running. It was on my desk. I was using it pretty much every day to listen to a program on FM I like listening to. And I turned it on this morning and nothing happened. It was dead, and it's still dead. There's not a cracker out of it. So I'm just going to interrupt the video and show you what happened afterwards, and then we'll continue with the original video. As I said, nothing's happening. It's dead. There's no crackling, no nothing. So I'll flip it over and we'll have a look. I'll just turn it back on, And normally, if it's intermittent, you would be able to get something. There's not a crackle. It's not in the switch. If I check this, I check the on-off switch is working, and it is. I'll just short that out. It's working. So I guess there's only one thing to do. I'll take the board out, maybe try flexing the board. I've hit it fairly hard, and it's not doing anything, so I don't really think it's the board. I can't think what else it'll be. Well, there's the back of the board. I'm flexing that and doing everything. There's nothing happening there. I don't think it's in the board. The volume's on full. I'll just check the tracks with a magnifying glass and make sure they're all okay. Right, I've just spent 5 minutes looking at that. There's some dodgy looking solders for sure, but nothing that's going to stop it working. Well, the first thing I'll do is just make sure that battery holder I put in is actually delivering some power to it. And we've got 6 volts, so that part's alright, it's getting power. There's no sound at all, there's no crackle, there's nothing, so you would wonder if the amp is not faulty. So I'll just put my oscilloscope on that speaker, just see if we get anything. Nothing. So there's nothing there. Hang on, is it turned on? No. It is there. Hang on. There's a station there. There you go. So the signal's actually getting to the speaker. That's me turning the volume up and down. Wow, okay. So it's the speaker. Is it a bad solder? I'll just pull the speaker out and we'll see what's going on. Well, there's the speaker. It can move. Must have an open voice coil. Yeah. I don't have any little speakers, but I do have the shop speaker here, which is going to struggle with this, I think. Well, this is going to struggle with the shop speaker. Just see if I can get it to make a noise. Oh, there it is. Well, there you go. It's the speaker. I would never have thought. So the voice coil's probably gone. I just took the speaker out and I desoldered the wires, and that little wire's never been fitted properly. It's just sitting underneath. So I'll just buzz that out. Just check my meter. I can put it on there. So I'm not getting anything, so the voice coil's open. I looked up on normal suppliers and I can't find a speaker to replace this. I even looked on eBay. The issue is that any replacement speaker's got a giant magnet on it now and it won't fit. And compared to the old one, they're much narrower. So that's a problem. So I had a look at my junk box and I found this one. This is the right rating. It's almost the right rating. It's good enough. It's 8 ohm. Not quite the wattage, of course. So I can fit that in there. So let's see, the board's going to fit. Wow. But it actually clears that. So that's pushed down hard. Yeah, there is some clearance there. Not much. So there's a couple of tracks there. That's the ground, I think. Just make sure it doesn't short that out. So I'll have to put something along the back there to insulate it. So I think I'll temporarily fit this until I can come up with the right one. I'll have to see if I can, somebody's got an old radio I can get the parts from or something. So I just soldered the new speaker in. And we'll see if it works. I won't get a signal in here, but okay. Alright, the speaker's there. I've just put the 2 screws in that hold these clips. Now, I've had to modify the clip. I've cut it out at the end there. And hopefully it'll still grab. Just do it up softly there. So let's fit the other clip. Let's hope this works. It's going to be only just holding it. Okay, that's very tight now. That's not going anywhere. Now I need to put something on the top there to stop it shorting out. I've just cut a little bit of cardboard out there, that'll do. This is not a permanent repair. This will be changed as soon as I get hold of a speaker. Alright, let's put it back together. Righto. There she is. Alright, it's working. It sounds very thin and tinny. The speaker's smaller than the holes here, so it's just bleeding air back behind the other speaker. Plus it's a tiny speaker or a smaller speaker. That'll do for now. At least we proved it does work. I'll just on the lookout for a new speaker now, and I'll bring this back to what it should be. Just going to return you to the original film, where I'm completely oblivious to the fact that this thing failed a few days afterwards. Yeah, all I'm doing is picking up the gear that's in here. So we'll flip it outside and let's have a look. I'll just put his back on. Well, let's see how it goes out here. I'll just turn him on.
Radio, your emergency broadcaster. This is ABC.
So this is AM.
Getting less now, but still have some flight can go.
Hey, which kid? Sixes and the Melbourne Stars were going to play. It would have been a great game.
So that works alright on AM. That's getting the stations that are a bit tricky to get. Let's switch them over to FM. Sounds like Tones and I have got a new record out. Don't still call them records, do they? Oh, not much in this video, was there? All I did was pull it apart and clean it. Anyway, it's working alright. I'll be able to listen to the footy, and it's got a nice little radio. Interesting pattern that came out in the mid-70s. I looked this up. It was built in about 75. I don't know why we decided we wanted army-looking radios, but there must have been a film or something in the movies that made people think they wanted to be in the army. I don't know, can't remember. That was just a mini radio adventure, but hopefully you'll join me for my next real radio adventure.